Okay, we're on a roll. This is like video 4 intended for my LTR playlist. What shall we talk about next? Okay, so we've got I saw some Tinder profiles today, and Tinder is such a crappy app. I can't fill in my profile, and I can't just it's just an unusable app for me. And I'm interested in Hinge, but so far, they're not ready for prime time. They're not ready for market. They never should have rolled out. Hey, you venture capitalists, your investment is being frittered away in incompetency. Sorry. Did I mention that I've been doing computing stuff for over 50 years? So, anyhow, uh, I judge not, or I try to. Course of Miracles says judge not, but um, I was told by a shaman once that I should do discernment. So, what's the difference between discernment and judgment? Well, there is one. And I think it has to do with the ego. Yeah, yeah. Discernment is judgment without the ego. I don't give my ego much credence these days. I usually sober up and call it my silly ego. And I'm well aware of how ego fantasies from almost nothing, a tiny seed, can just take off and become someone's reality as far as they're concerned. So, yeah, when I find myself doing ego fantasy, I'm like, you silly ego, you got me again. You're having fun. Okay, so you want to see my dog, Uli? See, there's Uli. What are you shying away from the camera for? Yeah. And Jen's up on my table. Usually I have to kick her off when I put my laptop on there. She likes to hang around. So, do you have cats? Do you have dogs? Do you have horses? I have a very low bar. I mean, people first. I want to know you first. As part of my work, well, I tell people when I meet them, I know my story, I need to know your story. So it may not seem like it because here I have got a whole YouTube channel of my story, but how can I include your story? I don't know you yet. Or maybe I do. Hey, Carol Sutherland, if you're out there and Sans a man, we could talk. Um, I would not take my ex-wife back. She's an NPD psychopath, very dangerous, was insane years before I ever met her. I'm not trying to get down on her. I love her dearly, and I have nobody has made me feel more compassion than her. But there's no cure for this life. So she wallows in darkness and took my family to do it too. And here I am, free. I'm free. I'm also retired, I guess. Even though, as far as I'm concerned, I'm always working. But don't, don't. My dad was a workaholic. Oh, man, was he ever? But I never see myself as a workaholic, but I'm always working. But you'd have to understand my work better, not to write it off as, oh, he'll never be around and yada yada. That is something we would have to negotiate or figure out because I have to work. I'll work until the day I die and maybe beyond. But that doesn't mean I don't want to give you attention, that I don't want to spend time together. That so ideally we'd be a couple that would spend a lot of intimate time together and work together. Well, hell, I'm looking for a partner that can implement my vision. It's ultimately it. And like I said, I'm primarily looking for that one woman that can fill this role and wants to. I never ask anyone to do anything they don't want to do. But because I gotta face facts, I'm trying to establish a community, an 21st century paradigm organization, family. Uh, yeah, okay. I'll say it, though it's gonna really scare you and turn you off. I've been abandoned by my family, which was my whole purpose in life when I was married. But in many ways, I'm trying to find my new family. And there's some hand reading prophecy stuff, some psychic reading stuff that says this is supposed to happen, but they'll come to me. See, I can't go get you. You got to come to me. And I say, come as you are. Um, yeah, that would be a level of intimacy. If your interest gets to the point, I have a 30-minute recording of a hand reading that was done that can almost be called a prophecy. And if not a prophecy, that is, if none of those things come to be, then it at least is exposing my nature at a very intimate level. So if we ever get to a further depth of intimacy, you might be interested in listening to that. I listen to it on my sound system from time to time, but I kind of have to back off from time to time too, because it's a lot to put on a person. It's stressful. And I have like zero stress tolerance because of the CPTSD. That's part of my disability. But you could help me overcome that. It could be overcome. You will not cure CPTSD, in my opinion. I'm home. I am HO. But you can cope with it and you can get beyond it. And in my case, maybe even put it to work for you. Because the darkness I have experienced gives me an ability to relate to like the homeless people and the special needs and the I'm also interested in hospice, and I want to form a community that makes a lifetime commitment, which means we're there for you right up until you die. um no wage slave retirement pension bullshit. Millionaire life, billionaire mind. Millionaire life, billionaire mind. Millionaire life, billionaire mind. I've got a billionaire mind, and if you want a millionaire life, you better have a billionaire mind. Um, that's good for this one. Let's keep them really short. Did I say this is the fourth one?